Treksploration.
Linda was saying she was at the bar from the Maltese Falcon.
I can't remember if it's the bar from the Maltese Falcon or just that's a bar that he used to go to all the time. And they
sounds more like Dashiell
Yeah.
Hammett was kind of a sod. But give me he liked to drink. Let's put it that way.
How disgusting!
A
It
lunch?
comes in
Right?
It
Who would
prints in
want to
3
do that?
pieces. I printed it on my A1, and the quality is gorgeous. I mean, you can't even see the lines up close, really.
Nice.
Yeah, I was so surprised. It's really detailed.
What
model.
kind of PLA did
3D
you
printing
use?
has come so far in the last 5 years or so.
Just like basic black bamboo PLA, I think.
Not like any of the iridescent or the satin, I think they have, and
It looks a little satiny, doesn't it?
yeah.
It might be.
I haven't been brave enough to print a multi-piece yet.
Yeah, well, it's cool. It comes with holes and pegs, and it's just right together, super glued, done. And I saw in the directions sanded, prime, and all that stuff. It looks beautiful like that. Maybe it's because I can't see. Hello, and welcome back to Treksploration. I'm Albie.
I'm Chris.
And today we're doing the captain's table, and we have. Let's start with Listen Linda. We have Listen Linda. We have the omnipotent Willard. We have Rick. You may remember him from our gaming sessions. And the reason why we're here is our captain, Captain Charles from Texas. Hi, Captain Charles.
Hello.
Howdy,
Captain.
Captain.
Be back.
It's nice to have
see
everybody
y'all.
back. So we have our cadets, we have our lifetime members, we have our captains, we have a whole, you guys, how's it feel to be from lower decks all the way up here on the bridge, finally? To our cadets.
I feel seen, finally.
I'll have to hide my admiral's insignia while we're here.
Do we have Admiral available, Chris, or do we got to add that?
No, it's Badmiral that we have available.
Oh, Badmiral. That's right.
Badmiral.
That's right. We only have Badmirals.
Yeah.
They can come in and just mess with us. I think that should be one of the perks.
Yeah.
They just come in and tell us to do the opposite of what we're going to do.
For what the Badmiral level goes for, they should be able to do whatever the hell they want.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good perk. Whatever the hell you want. All right. So we're this time we're talking about, let's see, Stranger World Season 3.
Yep.
Con so far. And what else? Star Trek Scouts, the general status of Star Trek, and the general status of the USS Treksploration.
Yeah.
Whatever ship's called.
A lot of stuff
What's your ship
going
called?
on. It feels like even though Strange New Worlds is over, we're just more and more stuff seems to be coming around, which is good for us because it's just more content. But I'm still trying to catch up with what I think about this season of Strange New Worlds overall. I haven't really been giving it that much thought because we were so in it, but now because you asked me, Albie, before we got on mic to get the episode list. And I'm looking at the episodes going, not that one. Not that one. Well, maybe that one. No, not that one. So I'd be very interested to know how everybody feels about this season of Strange New Worlds because I have a feeling it might be a little polarizing, maybe just a little polarizing.
Got its ups and downs.
Yeah.
Before we do anything, I'm going to put Captain Charles on the spot with a State of the Federation address. Hopefully you prepared something. What's going on? What do you think since the last time you were on the show, Mr. Captain, my captain, sir?
What do I think?
Yeah. Any thoughts?
Just about Trek in general?
Anything you'd like. You have the floor.
So one of the things I am excited but also apprehensive about what the Sundance acquisition is going to mean. I keep hearing that means more content, but I don't know what kind of content we're going to be getting. I haven't had a chance to look at Scouts yet. My wife started listening to Con. The captain has failed in that assignment. I have not started it yet. I think, I look forward to seeing what's coming. I'm excited and apprehensive for Academy. Nothing can be as bad as Section 31. So
Academy looks like it's going to try.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah. What I've heard is that they've taken a little bit out of the Strange New Worlds playbook, so we'll get some standalones with some arcs. I'm convinced. I think the Strange New Worlds format works. regardless of what we're about to talk about and the quality of this season. But yeah, I think overall things are looking up. We'll hope we'll hear more at New York Comic Con coming up in 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, not long.
So it probably means a new trailer for Academy. Hopefully it'll make some more announcements. I'm not holding my hopes out for Legacy. Was that the name of the supposed? Yeah, with Terry Metalis busy on Vision. I don't know what's going to happen there. But yeah, I think overall things are looking good. Question mark.
Did they say they were going to have a big presence at the New York Comic Con?
I don't know if it's big, but I know they announced that they're in hall whatever there. I saw an update the other day.
Cool.
So
do we know anybody who lives near New York?
I'm a little bit outlying. It's kind of a schlep.
It's a whole train ride.
I have to go all the way in. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What night is that? I have an opera. I'm sorry.
Oh, so close. We
Actually,
almost had an Inside Man.
I have my first opera on Friday next. So
I'm excited about that one.
I'm excited.
Yeah. What is the rumors that the new people want a Jerry Ryan something? Whether it's,
I feel like this is just your rumor. Like you make these rumors, so
no, I heard
it's like
it
on
from
your
that
vision board. You feel like if you put it out in the universe, it'll happen. You're trying to manifest it.
Jerry Ryan is on all my vision boards. Yes, hasn't manifested yet.
An educated wish, is that what it is?
Yes,
an educated wish.
If Jerry Ryan was the captain and Linda Park was the first officer, would you be on board, Chris?
I'm there.
You had me at Linda Park, right?
Anything Linda Park.
Anything for that one.
I'm just waiting for the Hoshi Satsu action figure to come out.
But I am
soon, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like phase 4. I'm still.
And they haven't shipped phase 1 yet, have they?
Yeah, exactly. So otherwise, you'd see Evil Archer behind me somewhere.
I am sad. I heard that. I read the other day that they destroyed all of the sets except for the Enterprise D bridge. That all the Titan Enterprise sets are gone.
Really?
Yeah, there was an article just the other day about that.
It wasn't giant freaking robot, was it?
No, I don't.
Right. Are we really mourning the loss of the Lost Arena sets? Was that even a set? It just seemed like a black box theater.
Yeah.
The D. They'll never learn. They keep striking the D.
Yeah.
Always entendres with you. They're not even double anymore. They're not even. You're not even trying.
Didn't they take it down and then put it up for Universal something?
That's what she said.
It was at Universal for a while, and then they took that down. But that was only Universal Hollywood.
That was only in L.A. Yeah.
Yeah, I got excited for a couple weeks before I understood. I misunderstood.
Anybody go see it?
I was
If only
I couldn't get out.
If only we knew someone that lived in California. If only we knew someone
anybody
that
who lives in California.
So I mean, she gets the Vasquez Rocks. So
I watched other people online doing it.
Yeah, I watched a whole bunch of those. Lower Decks people were there, I think, right? Tawny and Jack went together, I think. Will went, maybe? Or did I imagine that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah, I think he did go there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and Chris were planning a trip that he wasn't going to be able to make, but to Florida, because I thought it was in Florida. I didn't know they had one in California.
If they had it here I'm like an hour and a half from Universal, so I would have been there, but
yeah, I'm like 2.5 hours probably. So I'm by Fort Myers, so I would have went.
Oh, okay. I'm in Tampa Bay.
If you guys had come out to California, I would have gone with you.
Oh, damn it, Chris.
We'll keep that in mind next time.
Yep.
I mean,
next time they build another D.
Exactly. We'll make a special trip out to California. The last time I went for fan purposes was the Leap Back 09, so I guess it's high time.
Oh.
I mean, I've been there since, but not for fan stuff.
I went to Comic-Con San Diego. It was nice. Nice weather.
That's where you got me this. I got my my Quantum Leap pin.
Yes, that whole story, how the airplane service confiscated all of them that I had already promised to everyone, and then I had to scour eBay to replace them.
Oh no.
So
all right,
but it all
I'm I'm gonna hit a thing. It says fix a tab that's slowing my browser to make my performance better. If I fix the tab and you lose me, it's been
Bob
real
representing
everybody.
it?
I had that same thing about 15
Leave
minutes
Rennie
ago.
the house.
It didn't do anything. So
All right, it fixed the tab, and I'm still here.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Is your
Penelope
performance
gets the
better?
house. I'm sorry.
You're not stuck in the
question,
podcast by yourself.
Are we making too much, too little, or just the right amount of content?
You mean
I think it's
you?
great.
You mean you two making
Yes.
Me too.
content?
The gruesome
Chris,
twosome.
Albie, sometimes John, sometimes Allison, sometimes Brent, sometimes Rick.
I
once
did
me.
want to say that I wrote this in my notes here. I'm enjoying the guests, and I'm hearing other people's points of view. It's interesting. I don't listen to any other Star Trek podcasts, so it's nice to broaden my horizons a
here.
little bit, but not so much that I have to go out and start listening to another podcast.
I'm
I can't do it.
flattered.
I can't do it. No, I can't listen to 6 Star Trek podcasts.
I'm blushing. I'm blushing.
I worked really hard to stunt
Yeah.
cast.
That's all Albie. That's entirely Albie. He's telling me, "Hey, we got Steve Shives." I'm like, "Who's that now?"
Oh, really?
But
Yeah, I don't know any of these people.
What I want to know is how you guys get John Irons on your show all the time, because he's supposed to be on our show and he's never available.
oh, I just ask.
We're a lot more
He's-
flexible. Like, the thing is with Albie and me, if we can go, we just go at the drop of a hat. And I think
Mhm.
sometimes that works for John. And sometimes
Yeah.
Any
we go a lot later.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
11,
so-
12, 1. I think
And
the
he-
other night we're on.
John
almost
doesn't
2.
sleep, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know
so
how you
he'll
guys are
take a nap.
doing it. I mean, I'm having a hard time, and it's only 8:30 here.
Wow. Tried to do it to where we all have
I know.
crossover. So couldn't get Allison
You know-
because it's way too late for Allison.
What I like about your show is I purposely don't listen to your shows when we're going to pod about the same episode.
Mm-hmm.
So after we record ours, then I get to binge the hell out of your show. And so I listen to like 2 or 3 episodes in a row. Like this morning, Chris was the recipient of a blast because I was at
He was saving it up, boy.
I was at the gym listening to your after show from the finale, and you were like, there were so many. It wasn't that you got things wrong, but there were just like details you weren't talking, and I was just like, it was all building up on me while I was on the treadmill.
I hope that spurred you on to get like extra workout. You were
Oh,
pumped.
definitely did. And then I got home, and I'm like, I gotta freaking type this.
So what I'm hearing is that I have to be vague so that Rick gets healthy. I'm hearing myself somewhere.
You might be listening to the podcast.
Oh, okay. Wow. I'm on the podcast, but I'm listening. This is so weird.
So meta.
When will it then be now?
I did.
It's like I went into
I
the.
also wanted to ask you guys. So you've had all these guests. Do any of them ever ask you to be on their show?
Not yet. Not even John Irons.
Not even the beautiful
Albie,
John
you are
Irons.
always welcome on our show, and Chris is supposed to be on our show, but
Thank you.
They said they're saying that you poached me, but I'm my own person, right? I feel like I feel
think
like hey, I don't come to you. You come to me.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. No, I
You
wasn't,
are
doing, I
always
wasn't doing a damn thing.
you are always on the list where I put when we post the Zoom link. But
Oh,
Albie,
yeah.
you are absolutely right. We have never formally rolled out the red carpet for you. You are always welcome to come onto that Star Trek podcast.
Cool. What's it about?
Star Trek.
Oh, I could probably figure something out about
Sorry,
Star Trek.
I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Moving on.
As long as I don't have an opera, I'll probably be there. Thank you. Not too much content. Okay, I was worried. Did anybody watch the breakfast show this morning?
Did not get
I
the
did.
chance.
I actually
You
got to
did?
sleep in this morning for a change, so no.
Oh, I
Alright,
had
yeah,
to take
so-
my car in and get it fixed, so I wasn't able.
Is it okay?
I want to watch the episode while you're talking about it, so I have to.
Right.
I
Right.
see.
some
Yeah,
time
gotcha.
with that.
Linda was doing her hair. So-
Okay,
The
so
helmet
you're
hair.
serious that there was a breakfast show? Or
Yeah.
was that a-
Notice I got
Okay,
the
I
helmet.
No,
didn't-
on
we
today.
started Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh, I didn't know about
It's like
that.
a braid and everything. Yeah, so we did Beyond the Farthest Star.
Oh,
Yeah, and we
you're
start
doing the
Albie-
animated series. Okay.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
that the
So
first
it was Albie's
episode?
idea.
Yep.
Yep.
And we watched Woody Woodpecker and something else, Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse, a couple public
Here
domain
I
Here
cartoons
I
to get
come
things.
to save the day.
Yep, and we were all bedhead and pajamas and breakfast cereal.
You know,
Well, you
lineup.
guys,
That's pretty cool.
you guys started too early for me. I woke up and seen the notification about 2 hours after you guys.
Yeah, I think that because we're on the East Coast, anybody
yeah.
like also it's very tough. We started late for me. It was like 10 o'clock. I thought we'd
Yeah.
be going at like 8:30, 9
Oh,
o'clock.
geez, I was up at that point. I just didn't know you
Yeah.
were doing it.
Yeah. So we're
So-
gonna try to make it a mostly weekly thing
We'll see.
until we
We'll
get
see how
through
it
the
goes.
animated series. We'll see.
Yeah.
Actually, I
mean,
was at the gym then.
Typing away on the treadmill.
right. Careful,
Ah.
don't fall.
So
By the way, can I just say that it's nice to see a face for, and let me try to do this the right way, the omnipotent Willard!
The Omnipotent Willard! Awesome. So Strange New Worlds. Let's start with our captain. What do you think about season 3 in general? And then we'll go episode by episode with everybody after we get our in generals from everybody. How's that sound, Captain?
Sure. So, season 3 had ups and downs, like you guys talked about. It had one episode in it. The number, what is that? 6. The Salad Who Ate Its Tail is probably my favorite of the season. I really liked that one. Left me wanting to know more about the scavengers. How did they get where we saw them? I mean, there's a whole story there that I'd like to see. So I really enjoyed that one. After that, I liked number 9. Although I felt there was a little bit overlap with the old next gen episode, Geordi and the Romulan.
The enemy.
Yeah, but one of the things I did enjoy is when I watched it, I said, see all of the naysayers about the whole destroying canon thing. They just got they just got a reason why they shouldn't worry. It was interesting to see the Metrons. The season premiere, I enjoyed it, but again, more derivative. I think I felt very Best of Both Worlds Part 2 at the end, where putting the
100%.
Gorn to sleep at the end. Weddingville Blues, that was a fun episode. I read Q Squared a long time ago, so it was kind of cool to see that stuff made canon there, with Trelane and Q and all that. The zombie episode, Shuttle to Kenfori, was that it?
Kenfori.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kenfori. Was fun. It's zombies, whatever. But what I really enjoyed about it was more on Mavenga. I really like what they've done with him.
Venga.
I really like that. Space Adventure Hour. I mean, it was a Frakes episode, right? That was the murder mystery, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was that was Frakes.
And so, actually chatted with him a little bit in that convention a year and a half ago about it. It was fun again. I liked the reference to the rec room. But at the end I was thinking, okay, it took them really 80 years to figure out the holodeck, but then we don't really know. Do we really know when the holodeck showed back up? I mean, next gen, encounter at Farpoint, did they say that was the first appearance of the holodeck, or was it just could we interpret that as just a better holodeck than they
It
had?
was just new to the crew.
Like an upgrade, maybe, right?
Yeah, so I can't recall if it was brand new and they'd never seen the thing before, or if the one on the D was just way more sophisticated.
Yeah,
So who
the
knows?
funny I never thought of it that way, because you think that for a Starfleet officer, maybe holodecks would be omnipresent, but maybe it's just on like the big cruisers, like the Enterprise or something. Maybe that's why Jean-Luc is so effusive about it, because it might be 80-year-old technology, but it might be a rarefied thing that's only on a few ships before it gets more widely disseminated, and he could be just bowled over, even though it's it's like your first time on an airplane. They've been around for 100 years, but everybody's got a first time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
something like the Stargazer just doesn't have. Maybe he has a hollow closet. Where you can just go.
Well,
does
my,
it make a
my thought,
difference?
my thought lately is just with present day VR, and then fast forwarding to then, they probably have something, and it's probably a thing where you can fool yourself for a little bit, but it's not real. But I think the impression I get when I watch that again is that it's just so much more real. Like you
Yeah.
actually get fooled that these are real people.
Yeah.
So,
And
like an
and
upgrade, right?
so going through the rest of it through the lens of time was I liked that one.
Mhm.
It was weird cosmic horror stuff, but I enjoyed that one. I felt bad. Who was the med tech that
Gamble,
Gable?
Gamble.
Gamble.
We call him
you
Edson
got
Red Shirt.
to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Yeah, I really liked him, and then I thought, oh man, they're showing us way too much of his personality. Maybe he's gonna die. But anyway, so
I want him to be our first interview for this.
Sweet.
yeah, I think it'll be great to see. I can't wait to see you guys' first cast interview. That's going to be fantastic. I think for me, let's see, what is Starfleet? The documentary format I thought was an interesting try. I thought it was a little distracting from the main storyline. Well, I guess it was the main storyline, whatever the story B was, the stuff in the background. I think the low point for me was 4.5 Vulcans, and for me, it was I was bothered from the first time I saw the preview video. From a technical perspective, we get a shot, all of a sudden we think like Vulcans who have gone through decades of mental, conditioning and all that. I read a ton of the analysis of the episode later.
What was the final thought on why that happened?
On what? On
Why
which part?
why they were so logical from the shot?
They did have a hand wavy line from Spock almost immediately after they were turned, so to speak.
What did he
So
say
he
exactly?
was
I
the
can't
template.
recall.
Honestly, it was something like because it was the serum that they used to reconstruct Spock's Vulcan half, that the years of discipline and knowledge and training were kind of built into it. That's not exactly what they said, but
Yeah.
that's what he said.
Okay.
So it was all because of what I'm going to call them the unbelievacons that are able to just turn people into different species because with a shot.
That was some heavy hand waving. That was like Austin Powers and looking at the camera. Don't worry.
Well,
about
you
it.
know what? You can say this. I mean, at least they knew that fans were going to say, "Come on, what?" So they came up with some kind of word to. Okay, we get it. Here's your bone.
They gave us something.
It's not like they had lizard babies.
All right, take.
And never mention them again.
I did mention that in the comment. I think it's bad. I don't know if it's like a threshold bad or empath bad, but I think my favorite part was actually the post credits. That was interesting because I was watching like, why aren't I getting that annoying pop out? I don't know if on Paramount Plus if it does that to you guys. I can't stand when I'm trying to see what the cast is, and
I hate it.
Zooms way down, and I'm like, family laughs at me because I'm like, I'm gonna time it just right. I get so frustrated.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen that time. I'm like, cool, I can watch this, and there was a reason why.
I don't hate much, but like skip intro and like all that stuff. Next episode that just bothers me. I need to switch.
I didn't realize why it wasn't going away, and I had to make dinner, so I just turned it off. And then we went to do our show, and everybody's like, "Did you watch the after credit scene?" I was like, "What after credit scene?"
Yeah, I didn't watch it till the next day either.
I thought it made the whole episode. I thought it was my favorite part of the episode.
Yeah, it was fun, but I think so. For overall, I think still love the show. This wasn't the strongest season. I did read some. I don't know if it's after the fact the producers talking about trying to explain why it might have not have been right. What I knew that there were strikes. I hadn't heard that they were as disruptive as they were. I know they had a delayed start. What I didn't know is that there were some stops and starts and some staff changes. That at least that I think the producers were recognizing this wasn't their strongest work. They're saying 4 is their strongest work. We'll see.
I'll give him another chance. I think.
I always forgot. I kept forgetting that this season was during all of the striking and the tail end of COVID and stuff. And
I guess that's how delayed it is. That's years.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, isn't it? Yeah. Here's the thing. I'll stick with it at the end. I mean, hell, I stuck with Discovery to the end. I stuck with the Flash all the way to the end, and there were some times where like,
dude,
Wow.
yeah,
I didn't make it past season 4 on that one.
yeah, yes, oh man, but yeah,
We're talking about the John Wesley Ship series, right?
No, yeah. So anyway, I think some high points, some low points. I think they could do better, and hopefully they do.
Cool. Listen, Linda, what are your thoughts on season 3 of Strange New Worlds?
So just my first impressions when I saw each episode, I mean, none of them made me mad, Chris. None of them made me mad.
The documentary made me mad. I was angry.
I was very, I was just happy. I mean, some of them confused me, and I'm just like, oh, I gotta wait until Chris's summary so I can understand what happened. Or I had to go back and read what the hell just happened in that episode. So, I mean, there were some episodes that really stood out that I really enjoyed, and some that I just kind of watched them and okay, next next week. Every once in a while I'd turn to my husband and say, "What'd you think of that one?" Huh? So we'd talk about it a little bit, but overall I enjoyed the season. It was nice. I liked the difference. I liked everything being different. I know that because you only have 10 episodes, it seemed like they were trying to push everything into one season, all the different episodes. You don't have 24 episodes to do a couple of character studies and a holodeck episode here and there. You just got to do them all. And it did feel a little rushed. It did seem like that to me. There were several things that just seemed that they got tied up too neatly, or it just didn't quite make sense on how it wrapped up. But overall, like I said, I wasn't mad at it.
Okay.
Cool.
Do I come across mad? I mean,
You
No, never.
Yeah.
get off my space lawn, mad, or just
I think that was the name of the episode, wasn't it? I don't know. Yeah, Chris's recaps, they really
even
help
wanna
me. I think
comment.
that's
I'm
the
like,
big secret. I think that's the big secret, that Chris does the recap so I know what happened. Because even though I watched it 4 times, sometimes I'm still confused.
Yeah.
See, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that it was during the writer's strike and all this, because, like, at least me, I gave season 2 of the new Quantum Leap a lot of forgiveness because of the situation. But I totally forgot about, or I didn't even realize that season 3 of Stranger Worlds happened during them because there was such a delay. So maybe I would have been easier on it had I thought about that. But I didn't hear about that until I think close to the end of the season.
yeah, there are excuses and there are excuses. I feel like this season had a completely different sensibility, and it was to the show's detriment. We talk enough, though. So, Linda, were you finished with your
sorry.
overall view, or?
Yeah, I'll pipe in later when we're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and I say that just because I don't want to commandeer and hijack the show as I'm wont to do. So, Willard,
Samesies.
some initial thoughts on this season of Strange New Worlds.
Well, you guys know my memory. I didn't have time to go back and rewatch as I had hoped to do. But in listening to you guys talk about it, kind of brought a few things back. I will say that I did enjoy the season probably a lot better than it sounded like you guys did. Again, I'm behind on the podcast, so I haven't heard all your reviews yet.
Don't listen to Linda. She just wants to malign me for some reason. I'm not sure why.
No, I know you well enough, Chris.
I'm going to take that in a positive way, Willard.
Well,
You know me well enough to know she's lying.
You and I have not agreed on any of the opinions, including, which surprised me, including Section 31, but our opinions were reversed than what I thought they would be.
All right. Well, I'm glad to surprise you.
Anyway, as far as the season as a whole, like I said, I enjoyed it sounds like better than you guys did, and I know better from reading reviews and that, better than a lot of the fans did. The documentary one, I enjoyed that one. But I like documentaries, and I really enjoyed watching that from the point of view of, an in-universe documentary. So I thought it was well done. 4.5 Vulcans. Yeah, it's probably the weakest of the bunch, but there were things in it that I liked. I tend to be a little more open-minded in the storytelling, just the hand-waving. I tend to just go ahead and go along with it and headcanon when I need to. But so the issues with that episode, why they acted so Vulcan-like, does not make sense, but I still enjoyed the episode. Remind me what other episodes are there?
You got Hegemony Part 2, which was the premiere. The Wedding Bell
Hegemony
Blues.
I enjoyed. They didn't go where I thought they were going to go with the Gorns, which was one of the theories. It was on Trek movie. I liked where they ended the story with Captain
Patel.
Patel. Thank you. Initially, I thought they were going to have her kind of turn into a human Gorn. I'm kind of, in hindsight, I'm glad they didn't go that route, but that's where I thought they were going. The Gorn episode later in the season with, you guys got to give me Ortegas, thank you.
Ortegas, yeah.
It's late for me. I should have been in bed 4 hours ago. Like I said, lucky I'm here.
Yep, it's a slumber party. It's a slumber party.
I'll go get my
Yeah,
jammies.
well, that's the only way I can participate in these. It's slumber parties. So that episode with Ortegas and the Gorn, they ended it with the Metrons. I didn't catch it when I watched the episode, but reading the reviews, not the reviews, but the interviews with the showrunners and that, where they've said that, that's their way of wrapping it up and setting it towards, that they've hinted that there's one more encounter with the Metrons before we see them in the original series. The Arena. I had to think the name of the episode. I hope we see that episode. I don't know. I don't think we will, but I hope we do, because I think it will help fill in more gaps, try and help bring the Gorn more towards continuity, which I think they can do if they, actually give us an episode, not leave it as headcanon for us to try and figure it out ourselves.
Well, what's funny is I was looking at an article regarding that, and I thought, Rick, it was maybe your supposition or maybe Scott's on that Star Trek podcast where the Metron said something along the lines of maybe we'll have to alter your perceptions.
Yeah,
that was
what
me,
I
yeah.
thought that I thought that they meant like metaphorically, like we'll have to get you to accept one another. Kind of like when the Organians said to Kirk and to Kor, the humans and Klingons will become fast friends in the future. And they were like, no, we won't. I thought it was something. But the writers were even saying that is their get out of jail free card. They're saying that that is exactly what they meant by that. So that's why when you see them again in Arena, the Metrons are screwing with our perceptions. And to me, I'm sorry. But
well, that's what I say. If there's supposed to be another encounter that they were hinting at that takes place in between this episode and the Arena, I'd like to see it so that we don't have to go with this answer that they're giving us now. Let's actually give us a story and show it to us. Show us how they alter our perceptions.
Will they earn it? Do they earn it, or is it just another one-off comment? Yeah.
Yeah, well, and that was the thing. Scott and I argued about that because he kept saying that they said that they would change our understanding. And normally when we get into semantic issues, I don't push it, but they specifically said perception.
Perception.
And I was like, is that giving them the license to turn these Velociraptor monsters into what we see in TOS? Or are they just kind of just throwing out this vague thing so that whatever they decide to do is the Metron's doing it.
See, it's
That's what I thought
interesting.
right away.
It's interesting if you look at if you obviously you've got Man in Rubber Suit, and you've got what we've seen here. But if you look at the Gorn and the Enterprise episode, they're kind of their shape, their physical appearance looks more like this than that.
Yeah.
And
And that
so-
was on purpose. The creators of Strange New Worlds, they were like, we definitely want our Gorn to be people in suits too, with some augmentation, so that we're honoring what came before. But they do
Enterprise
it,
is all
obviously
CGI,
way
right?
much better.
Yeah, that's what the Metrons made everybody in the Mirror Darkly episode see the Gorn as bad CGI.
Well,
But-
and
That's their
episode
prerogative, right?
9,
Well, for the
season 3,
Tholians in
episode
that
9.
one.
Season 3, episode 9. What was it called?
Of what?
Gorn and Ortegas.
Arium?
Oh,
Yeah.
terrarium.
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 Thank you, Terrarium.
Terrarium, yeah.
That Gorn was looking a little more rubber suity than normal, I think.
It was
So
very
it was
much-
like a gradient, like they're getting us there.
Almost
You
look
know?
like the creatures from the Village, you know? You know what I'm talking about?
I was thinking more Doctor Who, where you know it's a guy in a rubber suit, but you don't care because it's fun.
And I will say that's probably the biggest highlight for me this season, being a Whovian and a Trekkie, is the 2 references that they gave us this season for Doctor Who.
Yep.
That was
Yeah, I
very-
didn't even notice it until you guys posted I think it was you guys that posted the picture, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Pelia was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, a friend of mine sent me that picture. He's seen it on Facebook or somewhere, and he sent it to me, and I immediately, but he didn't tell me what was in the picture. And I couldn't see it. I could not see. You can't unsee it once you see it.
Yeah.
Right.
But I couldn't. I just could not see. All I could see was a blue light. I thought it looked like a light. I thought it was part of the nacelle, and I did a reverse image search trying to figure out what it was he was trying to point out to me, because I didn't want to text him back and make myself sound stupid. And
That's
he'll
what
be-
coming on
he-
mic with us is for, Willard.
well, he has started watching your show, so he'll probably
cool.
hear this
Welcome.
now. But anyway, as soon as I figured out what it was, I sent it to Albie, and what was it? An hour later, you guys were.
Yep.
Yeah.
Send it to Chris, and we were on it.
Yeah, we were on it.
Because we
We're
were both
looking
like,
at
it
everybody else.
can't be
Come on,
real.
JR.
So
I'm
then I
really-
went back to my video and I watched it on my screen. I was like, well, I guess it's real. I see
I'm
it.
really hoping that's more of a fun thing, like what was it? The
R2D2.
yeah, with Serenity and isn't the Serenity in a movie somewhere from
yeah,
Firefly?
yeah, a few different movies.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so I hope it's just a fun. Oh, that's fun.
Well,
Oh,
there was an interview
really
on.
awesome.
There was an interview with the showrunners on Trek movie, and they asked them about Pelia's comment, and they said that she's lived a long life, and she probably more than likely was talking about the Doctor. So they come
John-
right out and said that it's the Doctor.
John Irons already has an entire episode headcanon that he explained to us. So
I have to interrupt you, Chris. The beautiful John Irons.
Oh,
Beautiful
I-
John Irons.
I stand corrected. So, Rick Tatro, your
Hi.
general impressions of season 3 of Strange New Worlds?
It was uneven as hell, but I admire the big swings they took. They really went for it, and given the nature of what they were up against, two strikes and the end of the pandemic, I've got to give them credit for being as coherent as they are. I don't think every episode worked. Chris, you and I have talked about this. The Trelane episode really pissed me off. I read Q squared, and I just was like, okay, this is this is fanfic. I can blow it off because I don't agree with it. But apparently canon is stronger than my than my disbelief. But even that wasn't the problem. It was just the absolute carbon copy of the end of the episode from Squire of Gothos.
Yeah.
That I was like, all right, if you're going to use Trelane, fine. But then to have Q come in and spank him in front of everybody else, just like his parents did, it's like, all right, fine.
I think that episode was made for me. I think I was the only one who liked it.
What do you think about Dr. Corby in general, the portrayal? What did you think about that, Rick?
I think they're trying way too hard on Corby. I think the fact that every other word out of his mouth is immortality is kind of like foreshadowing with a sledgehammer.
or a
Yeah, they're
giant
not
stone
subtle.
penis. Can we pop up that picture of Lurch with the giant phallus, please?
Yeah. I think
And why is
if
he
I were
English
to
all
nail
of a sudden?
yeah, he's Irish too.
Or Irish, whatever.
Yeah.
Before he's a robot, he's Irish. Yeah.
I think
That's what happened. Yeah, it's the robot couldn't reproduce his brogue. That's really what the issue is. Christine didn't even seem to notice. That's how long he was gone.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem that this season has had, and I have no research on this whatsoever, but it really feels like too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yes. And nobody in charge.
Yeah.
It really felt like no one was in charge. There was no one voice. And if it was, they were just letting everything go.
Each episode. It reminds
Yeah, I do.
me of like the old sitcoms where you had a different director every week and the stories were different, kind of like the Brady Bunch. You had like a basic, this is the characters, but they're going to do something completely different in this episode, and they're going to do something completely different in this episode because you got different writers, different directors, and they all have their own points of view. And it just, I don't know, was it? It doesn't seem like there's a staff of writers, even though there probably is. But it just
there's a staff.
Yeah, it just felt like somebody sent in a script, and they were like, "Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Let's do that one."
Let's do that one.
Well, I think what they're missing is not so much a staff of a staff of writers as I don't think this show currently has a Gene Roddenberry or a Rick Berman, God curse his name,
Ira,
or
no Ira,
or an Ira Stephen Bear or a J. Michael Straczynski. There isn't like a driving force. There is a committee.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have the showrunners.
You can feel it.
Interesting.
Well, and also, one of their edicts on these Star Trek shows is each one needs to be different. Discovery was a certain beast, and Strange New Worlds is a certain beast. And the big thing with Strange New Worlds, well, it's two big things: is it's episodic, and they make these big swings every season. They've made more big swings. They've made more big swings this season than they did the second season, and I think that might have been because I really enjoyed big swings they made in the second season, the musical and that. But this season, I think that for them, I think they lost what the goal that they had in mind when they did the second season.
Like they let too many writers have a chance to make that big swing. Maybe.
I think that also what we might be seeing here is that some of the most positive feedback they got from seasons 1 and 2 is when the show went a little bit goofy. And I think that they are a little bit self-indulgent on that score now. I think that it's too much of what a lot of people considered a good thing. So it just tends to lose me because it's just like, where's the center of the show at this point? It doesn't seem to really have one. And does it need one? Because then if you look conversely at like seasons 1 and 2 of Picard, which were singular vision focused episodes all the way through, they were garbage. So that's not like a panacea either. That doesn't guarantee quality. It's just, I think it's just getting that sweet spot is becoming increasingly difficult because maybe you do have too many people with too many different points of view, and they're just saying, hey, screw it. We don't know how many more episodes we're going to have. Let's just do what we can while we can. And I think the overall feel of the show suffers because of that.
it's
Well,
like
they're
they've
looking.
forgotten how to write little fun scenes. There are a bunch of serious episodes out there that have like an aside for 2 or 3 minutes that's memorable and fun, like the Worf at the poker table, his attitude about his attitude about stuff, whatever episodes, but it's like the entire episode needs to be goofy and big swingy instead of
Mhm.
maybe a scene or two.
Like
But you're right, Chris, because they only have
Yeah.
10. They feel like
Right.
this panic that they've got to get it all in there. I don't know.
I mean, I remember, Charles, like when Billy Mooney told that dirty joke right after Nog got his leg blown off, and it really, it was great.
Yeah,
I do have to say
One
though,
having it, yeah.
as uneven as this season has been, there were no episodes that were unwatchable. You know, because as a podcaster,
Documentary?
huh?
Get off of my lawn.
No.
Well,
I'm sorry.
actually, that's what I was point I was trying
Wedding
to
Bell
make earlier.
Blues is well nigh unwatchable. It
I
is.
love that one though.
All right, I'll give you
we
that.
know, Helby.
For me, I think the season, what it was missing was everything seemed like it didn't get a final draft. Everything seemed like
Yeah.
it was most of the way there. It just didn't have a final draft. And something I thought about after watching the whole season is if you remember in 90s Trek, like Brandon Braga and Rick Berman got a lot of crap because they put their name on basically every episode, especially I like when it got to Enterprise. And it was always like that shot, like teleplay by, and then it would be like in the turbo lift, and it would be like 5 people. And they like took a pass, Brandon Braga and Rick Berman, on every single one of them, but they all were polished and had a voice, whether they were good or not. It didn't seem like it was a different universe for every single episode. So I think that's what we were missing in this one. We were missing that, like you said, Gene Roddenberry, Rick Berman, somebody who said, okay, this is great. I like this, but we got to just tweak it that 10 more percent. And we didn't get that extra 10%.
Do you think it was indicative? Do you think that's an indication of what they were using? What Chris was referring to as excuses. Do you think that may be indicative of that they were in a rush, that maybe they couldn't get to polish? I know we've seen shows continue during writer strikes, and they they can't get that polish, and sometimes it works and sometimes it's horrible. I don't know if that's the case here.
I hate to say it, but my feeling is they didn't understand that it needed another, so like they were inept, or 2, they just didn't care. They got paid, they did their job, and they didn't care enough to just do that extra rewrite.
Do you know what they were referring to as the staffing changes in that article?
No, do you? Anybody?
Goldsman said something about that.
No, well, I was just going to ask. Do we have the same showrunners for the third season as we had for the first and second?
I'm not sure
Yeah,
who
Because the showrunner,
was for
that's
this
their
season.
job. Everything you're describing, that's their job, the showrunners. They're the ones that decide what the story of the season is, what each individual episodes are going to be. They take all the pictures, they figure all that out, they assign the writers, they,
Yeah,
Well,
Akiva Goldsman
Akiva, right?
and Henry Alonso Myers were the showrunners.
yeah, and I think it goes back to what I said before. I said I think they, and even what Chris was saying about the reviews of the first and second season, that they lost sight. They started going with big swings needed to be the big issue, and it wasn't. I mean, you only need 1, maybe 2 big swing episodes to make a season memorable. I mean, look at the second season. I think we only had 1 big swing, if I remember correctly, and that's the musical. I may be wrong.
They had the
but I think-
crossover too. The crossover was fantastic.
Crossover.
Oh, the
musical,
crossover.
and-
You're right. Crossover
Yeah.
was season. I don't
Was,
count that as a big swing, though. I think to me that's just.
Was the fantasy episode season 1?
I don't know if they had a big swing in season 1.
Like with the princesses and stuff?
I think
yes.
And the little doggy?
That was very TOS. That was a very TOS.
Which one again?
Yeah.
The one where Mbinga's daughter comes
Where
out
the
of the
ship turned into a
transporter.
Ren fair.
Oh, yes. Now I think that was their first big swing episode. Now that you guys reminded me of it.
I'm sure in retrospect, if we went back, episode by episode, all 30 episodes, we'd find some that we consider big swings. But I think that regardless, those first 2 seasons were much more balanced, much more uniform. And yeah, we've said it. Like, this is very haphazard, very uneven, very random this season.
And I do
And
think I'm gonna say
maybe now that they knew, they said that they negotiated for that final 6. They know that they have an exit. Maybe they'll get their act together and like really hone in on the stories that they want to tell and bringing them to a satisfying conclusion.
well,
I hope.
I'm hoping season 4 will be better.
I do want to say that one thing that has been consistently good and brings the whole show together are the characters. There are great characters. I love all the characters.
Yeah, and the performances are solid. I think we talked about that a little bit on Discovery too. Is that regardless of where it went, at least the performances were felt pretty solid this season on Strange New Worlds.
To me, I get the feeling that the caliber of actors that we have, they have agency over their character.
Yeah.
So they can control a little bit of what their character's doing when it comes to ridiculous things or stuff.
One thing it'd be interesting to get people's perspective on is the interactions between what will become original series characters. So Kirk and Scotty and Spock. I'd be curious what everybody thought about those tidbits through the season. Kirk and Spock.
I think they're trying way too hard on that, especially with the Kirk and Scotty. They're just kind of, did any of y'all see Solo?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
you know how it was like
IMAX.
Every iota of anything we knew about Captain Solo had to have an origin in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
As stupid as oh, I'll call you Chewie because you're hungry. It's like, what? And I'm kind of getting that feel for the Kirk and Spock relationship.
For me, it almost feels like the Kirk and Spock stuff is not really for us. It's for new people. So it's kind of like people that aren't going to go back and watch the 60s stuff.
But it's like it's on our recap of the finale. We were talking about how the first time chronologically that we see Spock mind meld with somebody is in Dagger of the Mind. And it's like McCoy's like, you've got to do it. We've got to get through to him. And Spock's like, dude, this is really, really hard. And this is really personal. And I don't like to do it. And in Strange New Worlds, people are like, Spock, could you come down to the rec room? The vending machine's broken. Can you mind meld with it?
You are correct, Rick. You are absolutely right about that.
So, I mean,
maybe we need year 1.
No, we don't need year 1.
I don't hate the idea as long as they don't go into redoing original series episodes.
They don't need to.
Yeah,
just new episodes. Yeah, I'm a Paul Wesley
I'd be
guy,
down
so
for that.
Yeah, I'm up for it. All right, we got a lot more to talk about in a little bit. After the break, we're going to be talking about Star Trek Scouts. Are you a Star Trek Scout? We are. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about Star Trek Con. The first 3 episodes? Con? 2 episodes? What are we talking about, Chris?
2. We can only talk about the first 2.
Okay, so we might have to.
As of this recording.
A little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So
unless you want to
much
give us
more,
that says to go to 3 real quick for us to listen to, then we can talk to, or however many you've got, then we can talk
that's
to.
a possibility. Anything could happen after the break, so stay tuned. Hello and welcome back.
Hi.
Thanks for sticking with us after the commercial break. We are finishing up talking about Strange New Worlds before we talk about Star Trek Scouts, Star Trek Con, and I believe Chris has some kind of trivia elimination challenge.
Oh my God,
crew.
it's gonna be a whole scene, baby.
Yeah.
But we have to give props to Listen Linda. Our cadet has gone above and beyond. She might need a commendation tonight for her subtle cosplay. Albie, it's your favorite part of season 3.
Oh, wow, the braids. See, right there, that looks good.
It looks great on you, yes.
If they could have done that to Rebecca, then it would have been great.
Was
Rebecca
that,
O'Connell?
was that a wig
Rebecca Romaine
or
O'Connell?
was it a hairstyle that they did on her?
Yeah.
And there's
It's good on
speculation
Linda.
Did
abounds.
they style her hair or was it a wig? Do
It
we
was
know?
a wig.
Do we know?
It was a wig.
It was
I
a
think
wig.
it was a
It
helmet.
was a bad wig.
It was a shower cap.
It was
It was
yeah.
a really dirty
rough-
old shower cap.
Yeah, it was a helmet
went
with
to the
ropes
local
pasted
Goodwill.
onto the end to the sides of it,
But
and
it
then
was an
paid 15
homage
cents
because
for it.
they all had weird hairstyles back then. I remember
Yeah.
the yeoman, what was her name, who had the
Rand.
braids and
Rand with the
Yeah.
weaves.
Yeoman Rand.
That looked
yeah.
good.
I read
That
a
was good.
fanfic or there was one of the like you know those books that they put out. Chris, you, I'm talking to
I
you
know
now.
books. I like
The books were the strange new voyages or whatever, where they published fanfic
Numbers,
stories.
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
like-
yeah. No, a friend of mine got published in one of those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in one of them, they said that Janice Rand, as a kid, grew up in a rough neighborhood, and they kept like messing with her hair or something. So when she finally got out of it, she elected to have the incredibly intricate woven hairstyle. There was like some reason to justify
Yeah,
why
that's
she
some-
had that
that-
hairstyle.
That's some solo level right there, man.
Exactly.
Because she likes to eat stuff.
I heard that about her.
Linda, do you have any further thoughts on Strange New Worlds? I want to hear more from you.
Well, I did have a couple of questions about some of the episodes. Let me see. I wrote some notes. Hold on. I'm trying to remember.
She's prepared. We're in
okay.
trouble.
In Wedding Belt Blues, did they actually say that he was Trelane? Or is that just something that everybody is just putting on it? Did they ever say his name?
I can answer that. They never said it in canon, like on the show.
On the show, on the episode.
That it was Trelane and that he was a Q. However, in subsequent interviews, the writers have said that was Trelane and he is a Q. So it wasn't on screen per se, but that is what the writer said that they intended for the entire episode.
Yeah, and
don't
if
know
you look it
wha-
up on like IMDb, it's listed. He's listed as Trelane, and any other external source.
They
that
have
lists
the
the characters in the
character's name
show.
as Trelane in IMDb. Ooh.
And even
Well,
the
then it must
cast
be
were calling
true.
him Trelane.
Yeah, I think me and Chris were debating it, and we recorded before the episode came out, and that day the episode came out, I think on the Star Trek YouTube channel, they were all like Q, Trelane, Q, Trelane.
I just love that Linda took a huge swipe at IMDb and nobody noticed.
Yeah,
so.
I
Good
heard
on
it.
you,
I
Linda.
appreciated it.
I can edit IMDb. I'm approved, and
It's
I don't know
kinda
anything about
kinda
any of
like
that.
Wikipedia.
Right?
Yeah. Have you seen my IMDb? I'm famous.
I mean, I do have an IMDb. It's got a couple of credits. Is Treksploration on there? I know Suzy Q makes it
Yeah,
her mission to like
She's putting
update everybody
Treksploration
else's
and QLP on there
IMDb
next,
pages.
I think. Bedtime with Bruce
Okay.
is what she's working on now, I think.
Gotcha.
Hell,
Y'all
I have
see
an
Bedtime with
IMDb
Bruce.
page,
You like that
so-
one? It's a #1 talk show of all late night talk show in pajamas.
Okay.
It's a great show.
We're going to
Check
be
it
the
out.
number
no,
one
you're-
talk show in
you're
pajamas
absolutely
with
right,
the
Linda, that-
Saturday morning.
That is not necessarily proof, but every interview I've seen with the cast members, they refer to him as Trelane, and that right there is, to me, enough.
It's
to-
like they
to
didn't want to say it in the
finalize it.
actual episode. Whoever was in control was like, let's hint at it. But
Let's
then
hint at
everybody
it,
said it was,
yes.
so.
And then have all the podcasters debate it and see what
Yep.
happens.
We
you
are
think they-
master debaters.
I
Did
think,
they
Master
The main
debaters,
build that
we
in
are.
specifically?
That's why I have to wear glasses.
yeah, I think the
Okay.
main reason why we didn't get a name Trelane is in order to keep it in continuity.
Well, regardless, what other questions do you have, Linda?
I did kind of agree with I don't remember if I said this or somebody else said this, but it was the episode with the lens of time when they paired everybody off. It just seemed like they could have done so much more with those character pairings, and they just like missed that opportunity. There should have been something with Spock and Corby, and they just kind of glossed over it. They never really did anything with it.
They seem to get a lot of screen time in the wedding episode.
Mhm.
That's what I thought the same thing, but it seemed like I guess their relationship was established, so that's maybe why they didn't do much with it. And
They made a good pair. in that episode, I thought.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Like, I feel like, Linda, you're absolutely right. But then I think back on it, and it's like, do we need to have like more relationship belaboring? Like, they are where they are. So I mean, so when you have both Laan and Christine together, do we need for them to talk about their boyfriend slash ex-boyfriend? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it would have. I think it might have been a distraction. Maybe they did have stuff like that, and when it was in the editing bay, they were just like,
Maybe.
we probably should stick with the story. But I understand, because I think even when we potted about it, I was like, of the same mind. There were very specific ways that they paired these people off, because there was potential conflict for all of them, except for Uhura and Beto, and they're the only ones that took advantage of what you knew that they would do if they were alone. So, unfortunately, all his cameras caught it all, and he put it in a documentary. And then she's
But we
like, "You
didn't see it in the
betrayed me."
documentary.
Right.
Yeah.
Or in Final Cut. That's why. So,
Chris, you saying Laan and Christine together gave me ideas for season 4.
oh, I think he gave you ideas for anyway. Moving on. Next question.
Rick.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, the costuming on the show has been amazing. I love the fact that they're sending a covert team down to Narendra 9 or whatever the hell it is, and they're in these amazing outfits. And I don't know if it was you, Chris, that said it. Maybe just
Well, Chris is always
letting
talking about
Jess Bush
costuming and outfits and
Yeah,
stitchery
yeah.
and stuff.
Just say it, and I'll let you know where you heard it.
letting Jess Bush have her natural hair color, because she's naturally a redhead.
That was your good friend Scott Madison that
Was it
said that.
Scott? Okay.
And Al, because I just listened to your review this afternoon.
You're more aware of it than I am.
Yeah, because it's fresh in my mind. And Albie was also gaga over, but he's both of you are always gaga over.
I adore Jess Bush.
I know.
And as much as I love her as a blonde, that she looks great as a redhead too. But
that one scene. Wow.
yeah. And it's not just, just me being a pig and she's pretty. It's like she does a great job. She's a great actor.
I think you can acknowledge that she's pretty without being a pig. Says the guy who obsesses.
For
over
me,
Linda
it's about her
Park.
being pretty.
Yeah. So.
And like I said, it's weird. Like Jess Bush, I saw her in person in Vegas, about 5 feet from her. She's all right. Looks like a normal woman. But like on TV, she's amazing looking. I was very confused.
And I love her art. I've been following her art for a while, and it's just incredible. But anyway, the costumes, the the wedding dress that she wore in in Wedding Bell Blues.
Oh my God, that was the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
I loved it.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'll die on this hill. She was cosplaying Swamp Thing.
But then my favorite part about this is Doug wore a very similar outfit when he went to take number 1 out on a date.
I wonder if it was the same bolt of fabric.
Could be.
And
Yeah,
the fact that
could
they've
be.
got a Vulcan named Doug, I'm
Doug.
totally here for that.
Yeah.
So, Rick,
Yeah.
you had mentioned that you wanted to talk about 2 specific episodes, some reactions to Terrarium, and also a bit of a follow-up on what is Starfleet. So,
Yeah.
the Terrarium thing first.
Terrarium, when it started, and once we realized what it was going to be, my initial reaction was, oh, bleep. See, I'm getting better. I know your show doesn't like.
Thank you.
It was like, here we go again. But but then the execution of the show was brilliant. And even though it's a road we've been down many times, and as our co-host on my show, Neek, has put it, every single iteration of Star Trek has done this episode. The fact of how it was done was great. They once we realized that it was going to be an enemy mine situation, it was like, all right, here we go. And then we've got Erica going, You've got a hurt leg. I see your weakness. But then Gornorella throws Erica some food, which I think I was so impressed with how gross that food, because usually when there's something, it's just like a little slab of meat, but they had like stuff oozing out of it
Ew.
and stuff. It was like, that's impressive.
Mm.
Did she bite it off and chew it? I think she did. I
Yeah.
don't know what
did.
it was.
Oh, yeah.
What could it have been?
I just the execution of that storyline was so good that, if you had told me before the episode started, you'll be crying over a dead Gorn, I'll be like, yeah, right.
So, and I think,
I teared up.
Same.
and I think that you wanted a perspective that Albie can provide because his daughter is
Oh
so
yeah,
young.
Serenity.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, because thank you, Chris.
I'll get you on track,
Because
brother.
we had talked about on our show about, we've all seen this trope a million times, but they're also making this show for the new generation that hasn't. So you got to witness that. What happened?
Yeah, towards the end, like she was loving the episode, and she got very scared when they beamed down to rescue Ortegas, because she pretty much figured, like the rest of us, what was going to happen, but we knew just cause. But this is the first time that Serenity saw any story like this. She hadn't seen Enemy Mine. She hadn't seen The Enemy, and
Shuttle Pod
she
1
yeah,
or the
she was
one
really sad.
yeah.
She's really sad, and she kept it together until she saw the chess piece going on the shelf, and then she just
Oh.
bawled. She just bawled.
I almost
And
cried
it's
then.
her favorite episode. I cried as soon as the Gorn got killed
Yeah.
twice. So,
Yeah.
still thinking about it. So, that might been one of the better episodes if they made me cry about a Gorn.
It was I'm going to go out on a limb here and say maybe it was the best episode of the season.
Yeah. Especially if you view it on its own, ignoring the history of the story being told over and over again.
Yeah. Even when it was like, and when La'an killed the Gorn, it was like, no, but there was no way that Gorn could leave the episode alive. And so the way they chose to do it was the most perfect and least damning way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Especially since the Gorn couldn't go back to her people.
Right.
I think it was Tom from Trek Culture when they did the "What the hell just happened" on it. He had the same thought as me, as just like until the Gorn got killed, like thoughts of a Gorn in a red shirt, trying to fix things
Yeah.
in the hallway with Scotty and stuff. That would have been amazing. Maybe one day we'll get a Gorn.
The
on the
Metrons
crew.
really would have had to change our perceptions then, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And the Enterprise episode everybody thinks of is called Dawn, and that's the one where Trip is on the planetoid with the alien.
Oh, right.
I need to watch that again. I do remember watching it, but I haven't seen it forever.
The funny thing is, it just popped up in my rewatch like 3 days ago, so I'm
Cool.
fresh
And you saw
on
it? You watch it?
Yeah, it's good.
Hold up.
I did think it
Yes,
was kind of
much.
interesting that in Arena it was captain and captain, and in Terrarium it was female pilot, female pilot. I don't know if that was intentional.
Interesting.
I've never considered that.
I think the funniest thing I heard about that whole situation as it relates to that in the Gorn is Matt Myra said on his Star Trek podcast. He said the what was it? Metrons came down at the end and said, "You aren't advanced enough. You aren't ready yet. Maybe in 3 or 4 years." Because it's so close to Arena, they're not waiting 10,000 years. They're waiting 3 or 4
a dozen
years
years or so
to see if we
though.
evolve.
It
Enough
wasn't
yet.
it 1,000? I think it was 1,000.
Well, between Terrarium and Arena, right?
Yeah, that's about 1,000 years.
Yeah.
What?
About
Sorry, I was
1,000
referring to
years.
Arena.
Or 11,
Oh, yeah.
depending.
I don't know. It would, for me, it would have been a stronger episode if they left it up in the air. That way, they had they could have done the bright light the whole time and her yelling into the nothingness. But if they didn't show the metronomes, I don't even know.
Metrons.
Metrons. If they didn't show the Metrons, we could guess, we could intimate that it was exactly that it was them, and they were still part of a thing, and maybe let us think about it, you know. But just putting it there, copy paste from that arena, that disappointed me. But the rest of the episode, I think, holds up so well.
And I realized that my dissing the Trelane episode for copy pasting, and yet not complaining about this episode copy pasting, might seem a little hypocritical, except that in this episode, the Metrons were like, all right, y'all did this. And it the Metrons' presence gave all of the contrivances of the episode that really were bugging me. Because there were a lot of things bugging me through. It was like, this is real convenient. This is real convenient. Um, but once we had the Metrons, it was like, oh, all right, they made this all happen. But they also said, you're not going to remember any of it. We're probably going to revisit this later. Wink. and then, but they let Erica keep the memories of what really happened. You know, the memories that helped her. And because of that, I gave it a pass.
Yeah.
If anybody sees the 3D model for that chess piece, that's like a vertebrae or something, send it to me. I friended the prop master that 3D prints everything. You see him in the behind the scenes stuff on the Blu-rays, but he hasn't got back to me yet because I was like, can I get the STL?
It's interesting, Rick, is that even though it was similar to 100 other times we've seen a story, at least it advanced the characters' stories, while the wedding episode was just kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And we end up with at the end.
Exactly. Yeah. The end of the Gorn episode.
Terrarium.
Thank
Terrarium.
you. I can never
The
remember
Gorna
the title.
attacking Mickey
The end of that
XX
episode,
Terrarium.
there was progress. Yeah, and at the end of the Trelane episode, everybody was just like, "What just happened?" Sorry.
That's hegemony. When the
Oh,
Gorn attack,
hegemony.
Terrarium was what when the Gorn gives hugs and feed your space bugs terrarium.
Terrarium. Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah. So
We need to release the best of Christopher D. Philippus on Strange New Worlds for 2 easy payments of $19.95.
They both have the same tune, don't they?
yeah, it's tragedy.
Hegemony!
A lot of
Listen, that's what
a lot of bands are similar
30
songs.
Seconds
right?
to Mars does the exact same
I
shit.
was thinking Aerosmith. Every Aerosmith song sounds the same, so
Yeah,
I like them all.
bad. And Rick, I
Hey.
think you had one more question for Albie regarding the what is Starfleet?
Yeah. There was, and this was one of, Chris and I, we either agree 100% or we're diametrically opposed. And when I was listening to the Treksploration about what is Starfleet, I had started our episode about what is Starfleet by saying I thought it was one of the best episodes of Strange New Worlds and maybe one of the best episodes of Star Trek.
I do believe I called it maybe the worst episode of Star Trek
Yeah,
ever.
exactly.
Yeah.
Which one was it?
The documentary.
This is
Documentary.
Starfleet?
Yeah. Documentary.
And the
Documentary.
reason for that is, well, one thing, I'm a MASH fan. And if any of y'all are old enough to remember when MASH did a documentary episode, that was just very moving. So I kind of flash back to that. But yes, there were a lot of shenanigans, and there was a lot of like why and what. But the story with Mothra was very Star Trek. And towards the end, when they finally all realized that Beto had an axe to grind and was trying to, he had a premise and he was trying to prove it as opposed to just doing a documentary. And the conclusion that was drawn was that no, Starfleet is not a colonizer. Starfleet is a force for good. Starfleet is trying at least to make the universe better. I'm of an age where I grew up watching TOS. And TOS got me through some of the worst parts of my childhood. Without going into we don't need to go into any details, just say that Star Trek gave me a place to hide when the real world sucked.
Samesies.
And ever since 2009, Star Trek has been getting grittier and grittier and harsher and more quote unquote real. And as a podcaster, I have tried to keep a positive attitude about it. With Discovery, there are a great deal of things I loved about Discovery.
This is a no disco zone. Move on, Albie's gonna get mad.
No. You can talk about Discovery all you want.
Thank you, the omnipotent Willard.
The omnipotent Willard.
But I have come to realize that I have kind of become an apologist for New Trek. And there are aspects of it that I don't like. But I have, I want to love Star Trek. I want to like Star Trek. I need Star Trek in my life. And What is Starfleet gave me something I haven't had in a long time, which was the monologues towards the end where they were like, Starfleet is good. We are the good guys. We are helping they helped the creature. Yeah, it was a sad ending, but they didn't even question. It wasn't like, this is supposed to be a weapon for this, but you're talking to it and it wants to die. We will help it die. Sad ending, but good reasons. And we got an episode where Starfleet was good again without the need for modern 2025 grit. Because I've been chewing on that grit for 2 decades now. And I've been coping with it. And I've been spitting it out and smiling. But God damn it, I miss my hopeful Trek. And this is the closest we've gotten in a long time.
I think they were just preaching to the converted. Anyway, we can
Now, see, I wanna
debate that
rewatch
for
it
another
now.
2 hours, but we've already been going for 90 minutes, so
So we're going to talk about Star Trek Scouts.
I
And
want
like a
to
comet.
discover and grow, and then maybe I'll be able to boldly go. That's
All right.
Yeah.
So we're going through season 1 so far, which is the first 3 episodes. Who's seen
3?
all 3?
There's 3 now?
a third one
There's
popped
3.
up.
Dropped yesterday. Yay,
Oh, I
Linda.
didn't see 3.
Oh, all
Just
3?
Albie
There's
and
another
Linda.
one? Oh.
Yeah.
I was watching it this morning. I actually went on that website this morning. I didn't see anything. It was just some live. They were playing cartoons.
It's not in their Star Trek Scouts playlist on the top of their YouTube page, but it's one of their videos. For some reason they didn't add it to that playlist.
So it's not the meatball and it's not the
It's
What-
the chalk with the hammer in the solar observatory.
Oh, I have to watch it.
Yeah,
I
you'll
gotta
never
find
guess what
out
happens.
how they beat it. What did they use? Did they
Yeah,
use
I
did they
haven't.
use the rubber ducky?
Paper airplane, actually. I thought it was a call out to Ortegas, maybe. Maybe there's synergy going on. Did you hear the new rumor about that? There was an article, I think it was a Trek movie or
It's
something.
Trek movie. Because I read the article. I've not yet seen any of the episodes.
Oh,
I need to
wow.
watch 'em.
Spoilers. You're going to get spoiled a lot here.
That's all right. I got no
Well,
problem
you're
with
omnipotent.
spoilers.
You're already spoiled. You already
Yeah.
know about season 5 of
Well,
Strange New
I
Worlds.
already read that
Don't tell
article, so
us.
I know the theories. So, which made me more interested in watching the show now.
Yeah, JR stands for Jack Ransom. Supposedly, it's a young Jack Ransom.
Holy
You know what?
shit, Scott
When
will be
I first saw it,
insufferable.
I thought
Yeah.
that it looked a lot like the characters from Lower Decks. Who am I thinking of? Jack
So
Ransom,
Ransom-
yes.
So the
And
Vulcan
Mariner,
doesn't.
Oh,
yes.
maybe.
And then the guy with the arm,
That's the Vulcan. That's Sprocket.
Sprocket
but
definitely has some Samanthan vibes. Yeah,
yes,
Rutherford.
Rutherford, yeah.
yes, Rutherford, yes. I just got that
Maybe
vibe when
almost
I looked at them.
like the people turning the Paw Patrol puppets into Star Trek puppets just watched one episode of Lower Decks and said, "We'll do that."
And Scott did mention on that Star Trek podcast that he thought it could be Ransom as well. So
We
Oh,
are
okay.
never going to live this down now.
Is that where they got it?
I don't know. I don't know
Did
where
they write the article because they heard your show?
They heard Scott say it. So
Yeah. We have that much influence, yeah.
yeah,
Could be.
that's the way it always is. It comes out on that Star Trek podcast, and then it comes out on Trek Movie.
There you go.
Well,
Yeah.
what was the rumor? I didn't hear about a movie. What?
Oh no. So the character who's sort of center seat in
Oh, that's the
these
rumor. Okay, I thought
yeah,
you
so
said there was going to be a movie.
JR. No.
Yeah, it's a new fan theory.
JR is Jack Ransom, who is the first officer on the Cerritos.
Well,
Could
he
be,
does
could
look
be.
a lot like a young Jack Ransom.
He
Just-
looks like Albert Burge. He should be 80.
So is this before? Is this like a prequel to Lower Decks?
Yeah, they never establish any kind of timeline.
Well, to me though, the uniforms look way past 90s Trek, not like Lower Decks.
There's still a nebulous area.
Picard season 3. I want to see when Nanny comes in, because I think this is like Star Trek babies.
So there's
So
going to
I
be
think
a
it's
nanny?
all in their imagination.
Or are you just going to see like her legs? Is it going to be like Tom and Jerry, where you,
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And you're not going to hear them speak. She's just going to go wah wah wah.
Yep.
wah, wah.
There's got to be somebody in charge there, right?
That's JR. He's in charge.
He's in charge.
Yeah.
Maybe a paper airplane will stop the charge.
He's large and in charge.
He's large and in charge. So, overall thoughts of when you first watched the episodes and thought about this. What do you got, Captain Charles?
I have nothing. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
Failed everyone.
The whole season 1 is 9 minutes.
What I can say is that, I'm pleased that they're trying this. I think that you got to try to grow new fans. I don't know how effective a Prodigy was at all in that. But I'm always glad to see them trying to expand the viewer base. But are you guys enjoying it for what it is? Is it fun?
Yeah. We're enjoying reviewing it. I know that.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun reviewing it. I said this morning during the live show. We're going to treat every episode of Star Trek Scouts as if it is a lost folio from William Shakespeare. That's how seriously we're taking Star Trek Scouts.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the reviews, but
Not yet.
my 89-year-old mother watched the reviews me and Chris did, and she was just laughing her ass off the whole time.
We have a lot of questions about Star Trek Scouts. There's some
I can't
tragic
believe you guys
backstories.
found a whole half hour to talk about it for 3
Linda, we
minutes.
can find a
3 minutes.
whole
You
half
found
hour
a
to
whole
talk
half
about-
hour to talk about 3 minutes.
We found a whole
Yeah.
half hour to talk about a wig.
I think one of them was almost 45 minutes.
Right?
I don't know. Yeah. So
It's very long, very long.
but that's what we do. That's what
It
we do.
is.
In depth,
Do any of y'all have
so-
kids?
I
No.
do.
Yeah.
She's 13 now. But when she was that age, she would have loved it.
Yeah, mine's 13 too, and that's my thought. It was like Sharon would totally have watched this show when she was 8 or 9.
Yeah, it's like a mix up between like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and I don't know, Octonauts maybe.
Octonauts, Paw Patrol, it's in that same venue.
And it's 3.5 minutes long, so kids will
Perfect.
actually devote that much time to watching it.
Yeah.
What I notice about it, I guess one thing we haven't said before on our reviews of it, when I think of like the stuff that they're producing for Nickelodeon, they are really trying to make Star Trek fit into pre-existing molds, where I think Prodigy looked like a Star Wars show.
Yeah.
Star Wars animation. Now this looks like you guys are talking about Paw Patrol and other things that I have heard of tangentially. I don't really know what they are, but it's almost like they have a pre-existing mold. Let's just slap Star Trek on the name and we'll get a built-in audience and a built-in audience for people who already like this type of cartoon that have been successful
Except
on this network.
Except, okay, now when we talked about this on our show, Scott said that he was just, he said, this is just a skin of Star Trek over a show. You could take away the badges and Targ and it'd be the same. And I disagreed with him because you've got a Targ, you've got the uniforms, you've got a lot of the sound effects, and you've got these people are Starfleet. I don't know if you call them officers. They're all 8 years old, but their job is to protect this planet that they're on
From meatballs.
from
And chalk.
meatballs or bars of soap.
What could be next? We don't know.
And it's like, for the purpose of this show, for the audience it's aimed at, how much more Star Trek do you need it to be?
I think you misunderstand me. I didn't say I don't think it's Star Trek. I think what they're doing is they're just taking Star Trek and putting it in a certain type of format that they know has a built-in audience for that platform.
Is that
It's
any
good
different
business.
from what Strange New Worlds has done this season?
After watching the first 3 episodes, I noticed that they're reusing, I'd say about a good third of the episode is a reuse of the same exact actions
Yeah.
over and over again.
And you've watched
they're-
Octonauts, you've watched
Yep,
Paw Patrol. They do that,
all those.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what kids like at that age. They don't want
Yeah.
something new. They want something slightly different because they want to feel ahead of it. But when you're 2 or 3, how do you feel ahead of anything?
It's
Yeah.
familiar, but not too familiar. But
Exactly.
not
It's like when
too
the
not
Sailor
familiar.
Moon characters, the Japanese, a lot of those Japanese cartoons where it's like they're about to square off against the enemy, but everybody's got to take a 15-minute break to transform. And they do it exactly the same way every time because the viewers want that's the comfort zone. And I think that Scouts, from what I only saw the first 2. Maybe the third one is a radical departure. But
Such a radical departure, Rick. Yeah.
Well, it has to do with what's his name, Sprocket. He wants to be recognized as an individual and not property. So they go through this whole courtroom thing.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's some deep, deep stuff. Sprocket has a tragic and dark story to tell.
Yeah, how he
We're
lost the
we're
arm.
waiting for it. We're waiting for it.
With tears, I'm sure.
Yes.
And he is Vulcan, but he doesn't know it.
I think that Scouts is a great introduction of Star Trek to like 5 or 6 year olds.
Yep. I want to buy the toys.
Yeah.
I guess there's part of me is 5 or 6.
All right, that's enough on Scouts. What's
Yep.
next?
Okay, so there's 20 in the season, so an hour altogether when we're done. Right?
I did want to.
So it's going to be an hour of 3 minutes repeating over and over again.
It's not for
I'm here for
us.
it.
So
No.
don't feel like you have to watch it.
Oh, I'm going to watch it.
Oh,
If you
you
got
have to
kids,
watch
you're
it
gonna-
and then watch our reviews on it. You shut
Exactly.
your mouth, Rick Tatro. Everybody watching has to watch it.
Con!
But I
So we
did,
have to-
before you get into con, I did want to say, I think it was our last caption table we talked about Prodigy. And I mentioned that what I liked about Prodigy was, even though it was aimed for a younger audience, maybe not as young as Scouts, but it was one that all viewers could watch. I will admit I did start to watch Scout. I got about a minute into it, and it was just too kiddie for me.
Couldn't make the full 3 minutes.
But after listening to you guys and the fact that you guys started reviewing it, I figured, you know what, I need to go back and watch it.
Yeah, it's
But
worth the watch.
it is geared for a younger age group, and it's made for that age group. It's not made, as something that can be enjoyed by all ages. Although it sounds like you guys are enjoying it to some extent.
Yeah. And it's getting views. I don't know if you saw, but like they're getting 500,000 views. Last I looked a couple days ago.
Yeah, it sounds like it's doing good, and I hope at least 3/4 of those views are 8-year-olds. Not established. Not all of us 50, 60-year-old
watching
Trekkies.
Albie and I have watched it so many times that
we're a lot of that. Smart marketing. They put it in that whatever this truck cartoon channel is. I don't even
which
know.
I'd never heard of before this.
No, but that it has something like 20 million subscribers or something. So that putting it on there was the smartest thing they could do because that
Yeah.
got a notification in how many millions of little kids' phones, right?
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to
That really
watching it
sounded
now.
ominous.
I may actually, once we're done with our podcast tonight, I may actually
Yeah, it's worth spending the 9 minutes, man.
9 minutes
Yeah.
to watch 3 episodes. So
Omnipotent Willard now.
sure, I'm done.
Con! What do we think of Con? Captain Charles, start with you.
You're gonna have to fire me as your captain. I haven't listened to that yet either. My wife has, but she's got an hour commute every day.
Is she home? Can we get her on the show?
I'm weird about audio. Like I only listen to it in the car, and I'm work from home 3 days a week. So
Yeah.
and the commute when I do drive in is usually 20 minutes. So these are all excuses. They're terrible. And I will do my homework before the next captain's table.
I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it.
I think I will too. I mean, I've heard Naveen Andrews is awesome in it. I saw an article saying if they ever do anything live action, it needs to be him.
He's got to be him.
Yeah, and so and then I can't remember who plays McGivers. Is it Marlon McGivers?
MacGyvers, and it's Ren Schmidt.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Ren Schmidt.
Ren Schmidt.
Margot
from Moonshow.
All Mankind, yeah.
Moonshow.
Moonshow.
So
Moonshow.
I'm glad to see them trying another format. And so I'm looking forward to hearing you guys talk about it.
Oh, we talk about it.
Yeah, we just finished we recorded our 3rd episode of that.
Okay.
Drops tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
No, 2 days.
I think I'll get
Monday.
the reviews now. I'm really
Monday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Are you caught up on it, Linda?
I am. I've been listening. I'm very much into audio dramas. I actually did a few when I was in college.
Nice. You got to send them
Public
along.
radio.
We definitely need to hear that. That's a
Yeah,
bonus
send them
show
along. We
altogether,
will put them on the channel.
right? We'll go through it. We'll go through it
Well,
line
I
by
don't have
line.
the
We'll say,
rights
what
to
was
them.
your
I was only the actress.
what was your
I didn't write
motivation
it,
here,
so.
Linda?
We'll do after shows on it. What was the subject?
Oh, it's a hellacious story about it. If you've ever have you seen the movie Jingle All the Way?
Yes.
Okay,
Many
so the
times.
characters are very similar to the characters that were in this one that I did in college, which was done a long time before that movie. So
So you're
I
saying
don't know.
they ripped you off? Is that the one with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No, Schwarzenegger and
Sinbad.
Sinbad. That's it. Yeah, would they have to find the Turbo Man toy?
It's one I haven't seen. Of course, Albie has.
Oh my goodness! Oh, I gotta find that artwork and show you.
Anyone that's
anyway.
a parent has to buy the Turbo Man for their kid, right? At least one Christmas. I wanted to buy her the BB gun, but then she might have shot her eye out.
But
I'm looking for Buster.
I love the audio dramas, and I've been enjoying it. I have found time to watch it. I don't have that much of a commute to work either, so I try to listen to it, maybe a little bit there, a little bit here, before I go to bed, before I fall asleep. I would have my husband listen to it, but as soon as he hears something, he's out. So I'm waiting for a long road trip so we can listen to all of it together. Which
9 episodes, about a half hour each.
Yeah,
Are they
that's
half
good for a
hour?
road trip. They're 30, 35 to 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
So,
no,
yeah.
I'll listen to it kind of casually, and then I'll miss something and I have to go back and figure out what happened. I still don't know if he was pushed.
Oh yeah, he was pushed.
He was certainly pushed.
Definitely.
Spoilers.
Pushed. Why he was pushed? That's still up for debate.
Albie and I argue about that.
We disagree.
Yeah, we might have to end the show over it, quite frankly.
There was a comic series on this time period about 10 years ago. I'm curious to see how closely it follows that. And also, I think there's a novel, right? That covers.
There was like 3, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There are 2 or 3 Khan novels, and there's one that specifically talks about this.
Oh, during this time period.
Yeah, I think.
Wow.
I
Now I
know.
want to read that after I
Know
hear
there's
this.
like Gary 7 in it, right? Leading up to the departure of the Botany Bay, and then
I'm not well, okay, so you might be talking about the novels by Greg Cox. Greg Cox
think,
did
yeah.
a novel called Assignment Eternity,
Yeah.
in which he basically made fun of the original series all the way through, so he turned me
Oh
off with
no.
that, and I refuse to read his con novels. But if Rick
Huh.
were back here, he would tell you how he couldn't get through the fact that they call Con Noonie when he's a little kid. So,
Oh no.
and listen, Greg
That's what
Cox
replace all
seems
is
to be a
for.
nice guy, but I just don't enjoy his books. So,
Gary 7. He was Star Trek's Doctor Who, right?
Roberta Lincoln is his Donna Noble.
Oh, we lost her. That's sad.
Yeah, she's dead. I think the guy who played Gary 7 is probably dead too.
Probably. Most of them,
Probably. I
right?
think the guard that was holding Kirk and Spock at gunpoint is probably dead too.
Everybody but Shatner, Sulu, and Chekhov.
Yeah, they're all dead. We're watching dead people.
Everyone's dead, Dave. They're
Yeah.
all dead, Dave. Everyone's dead, Dave.
He's dead, Jim.
That's right.
They're all dead, Dave.
Rick,
Did you find your Buster? Or is it Booster? What is it? It's Booster.
Buster
Beg your
Bluth?
pardon? The pink guy from this?
Oh wait, so I think he missed the whole chat.
I thought that's what he was going after.
Yeah.
No, I
So this is a Jingle All the Way audio drama you did, Linda. I'm intrigued.
No, they stole the idea from us. That's what
Whoa.
it was.
This is like it's a replay Groundhog Day situation going on here, Haldy. Yeah. So
All right. I think all that we have left before we get going is the Trivia Elimination Challenge hosted by Christopher D. Philippus.
Are we done
everybody
talking about
just
Khan?
well, I mean, let's get some very broad impressions. What do you think, Willard?
I enjoyed it so far. I have listened to both episodes. That's been dropped. I think it drops on Mondays, if I
Yeah.
correct. I was thinking Thursday. I'm used to Thursday being Star Trek
Mhm.
Day. And I was really shocked last Thursday. I kept checking the feed, but, until I realized that it comes out on Mondays. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Audio is a little harder for me because of my hearing issues, but I have a Mac and it's got live captioning, so I'm able to
Oh,
use
awesome.
I'm able to use that when I need to. But for the most part, I've been able to understand the pod. I mean, it's clear. Um, the sound effects. One of my biggest issues with any of the audio dramas is when sound effects get in the way of the speaking, the
Yeah.
dialogue, sound effects and music. They have music and even podcasts. Some of the podcasts that I've quit listening to because they play music at the beginning and then they talk over it, and I have no idea what they're saying because all I can hear is music. So that's
Just
something
I just saw an app where you can use your own mixer on your phone to take down the music and then bring up the vocals or just take it off
that'd be
altogether. So
that would be handy
yeah.
for somebody like me that
yeah, if I find that, I'll send you the link.
yeah. But personally, I just think the people that make these things need to be more aware of what they're doing.
Well, are you
not
having that
everybody can-
issue? Are you having that issue with the
Not
con
with
drama?
Khan. That's the point I was making. That's what
Yeah.
I really like about Khan is they do keep the sound effects separate from the dialogue, and I'm not sure, does it have a theme music? I think it does have theme music at the beginning, but
A little bit.
short and there's no talking over it.
Right.
But at least not so far there hasn't been. But I'm enjoying the story. It is a point of time that we know nothing about. So I think this is considered canon.
Yep.
I guess
So
it's an official Star Trek
yeah.
license thing. So
So
likely,
being that it's canon, it's really interesting now to get a canon story of what happened during their time on City Alpha 5.
This is City Alpha 5.
thank you, Albie. I was waiting for that.
I was too. That's why I said it.
Captain Charles, not too long ago, you sent us a link of deranged AI Star Trek. So I'm hopeful in a couple years we can run this audio drama through that and then watch the episodes. once they get their stuff together.
Creepy stuff of nightmares, as you call it. I mean, it is really. It's like it's just monstrous. I think.
Yeah, but think of it in 5 years, right?
Creepy.
3 years.
Yeah. It's like have you different genre, the whole Stormtrooper series that you see.
Mhm.
The only way, I mean, one of the only ways I can tell it's AI is that the Stormtrooper mask changes slightly. Like sometimes I'm together, sometimes I'm not, and all that. And there's little things that it's incredible what's happening here. But this Star Trek needs more polish.
Have you been watching the Star Trek Redneck music videos? Have you seen those?
No,
It's worth
I
it's
saw
worth
a preview
checking
screen.
out.
I saw a preview screen once. It looks
Yeah, it's worth watching. It's getting scary good.
yeah.
I still think there's a whole creepypasta uncanny valley thing going on with those.
Yeah.
They just they
Not
Yeah.
quite.
I want
although I
nothing
did
to do
enjoy
with AI
I did enjoy
videos.
like the mullet one that they did with the my prime directive is to hold you tight.
The latest one is pretty good. It's like Love in the 80s.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
like
what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like
I
that
want
one.
everybody to go and watch that. When you see O'Brien's t-shirt in that, it is freaking priceless. It is really funny. So
But Riker and Marina just making out the whole time. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
yeah. So
Speaking of Imzadi, when are we starting the book club?
as soon as I read Inzadi.
Okay, I was thinking about reading a couple chapters a week, live stream.
Oh God. you
then
want
every 5
people to
years.
start
Those books are
unsubscribing.
what? 2,500 words? It's
Need
like
to do an audio drama.
Right? Linda's gonna direct. She's also gonna
I'm-
play Deanna.
I will.
I call
I'll play
Riker then.
Deanna.
I'm totally down for reading anything
I'm
aloud.
gonna play Trelane. I'll play Trelane. But I wanna
Because he's not
I
in the book.
wanna.
I don't think Trelane's in the book.
It's not fair.
You can play Charlie
I don't
X
want to be
instead.
omnipotent. All right. Any more final
have-
thoughts before we do trivia?
Yeah, we got to do some trivia here because it's gonna be.
Okay, and after trivia, I'm going to ask everybody to give a 1 out of 5 or an anything out of 5 rating of Stranger World season 3. So think about that and your objects from the whole season.
Are you going to
Okay.
do
First,
any Trek
trivia
and
with
Tells?
Christopher D. Philippus. Oh yeah, we definitely got to do Trek and Tells. If
Okay.
anybody brought anything.
I got
Uh,
sympathy.
I live everything.
All right.
All right, so we got to do trivia. I'm going to keep strict score here. So I have you all for 3 questions each. So that's 12 questions.
Do I participate or do I just
Okay.
get if
I
all
have
4
you
people
for
miss it?
15 questions because Albie wants to participate. Okay, I got to put Albie down.
I love not knowing things.
I'm
I
going to
feel
be
like the
eliminated
beautiful
already.
John Irons. All right, so I just did this randomly based on
How
how
does it work?
everybody is on my screen.
How does this work?
So I'm going to ask a question for one person. It'll be directed. They have a chance to answer. If they don't answer, then I think that usually we'd say you can chime in. So you have to scream your name. All right, and I'll decide who gets to swoop in and answer it if they think they can. Or we
Cool.
could just go. No. What I'll do with so that we'll have.
Stick to
We'll
your
have-
guns, man.
No, we'll have a 4. Okay, so I have a 4-sided die. So once the 5th person doesn't answer, I will roll the 4-sided die, and I already have numbers assigned to everybody. So it will go to that
Is
person.
mine 69?
Oh, just stop it. You're out of the game. Disqualified.
6, 7.
So Linda is
6, 7.
Linda's
row?
number 1. Number 1. So listen,
Somebody's
Linda
gotta
gets
get
this
taste of
first one.
numbers.
In the Voyager episode, Basics.
this?
It's for Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Albie. It's Listen, Linda. In the Voyager episode, Basics Part 2, which crewman sacrifices his life in the effort to retake Voyager from the Kazon?
The Doctor.
Rick to steal.
Wait, I'm rolling. She doesn't get
Roll the
it.
dice. Roll the
Oh,
dice.
you gotta roll the
Sorry,
dice?
Linda,
Okay.
that's wrong. No points for Linda yet.
Oh.
All right. 2. Number 2 is Captain Charles. Captain Charles.
Shooter.
So- it was Suitor. That's 1 point to Charles. Do you know his full name?
A week ago,
Chucky.
It's Lon Suitor.
Charles Lee Ray.
It was Lon Suitor. All right, and it is
We
now
just watched
Captain
that episode,
Charles's turn.
The first Suitor episode, me and Rennie.
The fearsome... Okay, Charles, you ready? The fearsome creature that Captain Kirk first encounters as Balak turns out to be what?
The first Federation captain.
Yeah, I should have said Balak. It was Balak.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, that's technically wrong. So let me roll the dice to see who can steal this. Oh, that's you. Never mind.
I protest. I think he's right.
No, he's not. Linda, the fearsome creature that Captain Kirk first encounters as Balak turns out to be what?
Oh, okay.
I thought Balak was
Oh.
the kid. I don't know.
So no, that's what Charles's mistake was too.
I think the question is ambiguous.
Yeah.
Right, so now it's Willard, the omnipotent Willard. What does Balak turn out to be in reality?
Clint Howard.
No, it's not. It's not the kid.
I know.
Okay.
He's
These are
Clint
correct.
Howard.
Can I answer now?
Okay, you're Rick. You can
We gotta go
answer
by the
now.
die, right?
He's
Yeah.
a puppet.
He's a puppet. That's
He's a
right.
puppet.
Oh,
Rick gets-
A bloody puppet.
It was ambiguous because I was thinking you were asking.
Listen, I didn't write the scenic card, man. I gotta go with what's on the back.
Really?
A bloody puppet.
All right,
that's
I
right.
explains.
Just
I'm gonna
let
take
the
a point
record
away.
show I objected to all of y'all getting it wrong.
So you're writing down the score, Chris?
Yes, I am. I got it all here. I got it
Okay,
all
cool,
sussed
cool.
over here. Willard, it is now Willard's turn. Willard, are you ready?
Omnipotent Willard.
How can the Doctor move freely about the USS Voyager?
Okay, repeat that.
How can the Doctor move freely about the USS
Oh,
Voyager?
his oh crap, what's it called? The holographic thing on his arm, the hollow emitter, the
Yep.
mobile
Yep, you got it.
hollow emitter.
You got it.
I had to think
Willard.
about
Ding,
it.
ding, 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 ding.
That's a point for
Woohoo.
Willard. Next is Rick Tatro. Rick,
Hi,
name Spock's parents.
Amanda and Sarek.
No, sorry, you're wrong. That's a point for Rick.
Winona Ryder.
And right. All right. Albie, are you ready?
I'm ready, sir.
What planet does Captain Picard visit in the Next Generation episode Captain's Holiday?
What is Ryza?
What is Risa? That's one for Albie.
You know what I
All
just
right.
found out? I just listened to Patrick Stewart's memoir. I didn't know that he and Jennifer Hetrick were together for a while. after that.
What?
Yeah, they hooked up. They were
Wow.
dating for a while while
I'm
he
excited
was
about that.
married.
Whoa. I need to
Sexy
read that.
times.
Send that to me. Thank you.
All right.
I thought
Second
maybe it was
rounds.
biography.
Listen, Linda. Are you ready?
Yeah.
In the movie The Search for Spock, how many officers does it take to initiate the USS Enterprise destruct sequence?
Oh, okay. There's one, and then he confirmed, and then he confirmed. 3. I'll say 3.
It is 3. Can you
It is
name
three.
them?
Congratulations.
Woo.
Do you know which
Destruct
officers
sequence.
they did that did it in Search
Zero.
for
I
Spock?
think it was
Zero.
Kirk, and then it was. Oh, wait a minute. Was it Kirk and Scotty and
Vanne, 2B, 3.
I know.
It
was it?
Chekhov.
It wasn't Spock though, right?
Yeah, no,
Oh.
Spock was dead.
They were still
See.
searching for him.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
That's
right
why
in the
Chekhov
title.
Got the line.
Yeah, Chekhov got the line.
It's like the ranking officers from in descending order.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, it was Kirk, Scotty, and Chekhov.
Chekhov. Okay.
Somebody's dog is tap dancing, and I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, I just muted the doggy.
Yeah, well,
Oh, cute doggy.
all right. We go to Captain Charles. Captain Charles, how many Equinox crew members joined Voyager at the end of Equinox Part 2?
Ooh, that's evil.
Is that the spring equinox or the vernal equinox or the
the
autumnal?
Chevy Equinox.
I'm trying to remember the lineup. And then they've disappeared and we never saw them again. So is it 0 now? I know it's
Sounds
not 0.
just like Voyager to me.
Yeah.
I'm warming up the
There were
die.
6. I think there were 6.
Sorry. The question goes to Rick. Rick, how
No.
many people?
Fudge. I said fudge.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Uh,
perfect number or something.
None. They all went with the equinox.
Nope, wrong. Sorry.
Really?
All right. Linda.
I'm
how
going to say
many?
2.
No, I'm sorry. All right. It is Albie. Albie, how many?
I was going to agree with Rick, but since he got it wrong, I'm going to say 1. Was it the lady?
No, Willard is our last best hope. How many
You'll
people
have to
went to the
repeat
Equinox?
question. I was distracted by Goober over here.
How many Equinox crew members joined Voyager at the end of Equinox Part 2? Just say a number.
20.
Nope, wrong. Sorry, it's 5. Okay, moving on.
5. I've seen that
47.
episode so many
47.
times.
42.
I haven't,
47.
I haven't seen a
Right,
Voyager
Willard.
in years.
Willard, it's your turn. Willard, are you ready?
Don't ask me a Voyager question.
In the Deep Space Nine episode, The
Almost as bad.
Assignments, who are the enemies of the Prophets?
Which episode again?
In the Deep Space Nine episode, The Assignments, who are the enemies of the Prophets?
The only thing I can think of is Parways.
It is. That's it. You got it.
Woo!
All right. Next up, Rick.
Hi.
In the motion picture, The Undiscovered Country, what
Okay.
ostensible motive do the Klingons ascribe to Captain Kirk for Chancellor Gorkon's assassination?
Oh, okay.
Say the one again.
In the motion picture, The Undiscovered Country, what ostensible motive do the Klingons ascribe to Captain Kirk for Chancellor Gorkon's assassination?
Trying to destabilize the quadrant. I have no
I
idea.
can't believe you didn't get that. Okay, we got to roll.
Roll for 69.
All right. Number 3, Willard. Willard.
Oh, I was afraid you were going to get to me. I racking my brains. I'm going to have you repeat that question to give me time to think.
Okay. In the motion picture, The Undiscovered Country, what ostensible motive do the Klingons ascribe to Captain Kirk for Chancellor Gorkon's assassination?
The death of his son.
Thank you.
Oh,
Finally.
yes. He's never been able to forgive them for the
Right.
death
I
of his
had to
boy.
think about that
Retribution
one a
for the
minute.
death of Kirk's son, Dr. David Marcus, at the hands of a Klingon. Good on you,
Nice.
Willard.
Well
Good
done,
job.
sir.
All right,
Yes.
and this
They
is
don't call him omnipotent for nothing.
Albie's turn. Why does Mr. Scott brawl with the Klingons in the original series episode, The Trouble with Tribbles?
They called the Enterprise a garbage scow.
It should be hauled away as garbage.
As garbage.
Yes, one of the Klingons insults the Enterprise. Point to Albie. All right, we're back up to the top of the order here. Linda, your last question. Dwight Schultz appeared as Lieutenant Reginald Barclay on The Next Generation. For what band of former commandos was he the howling mad pilot in a 1980s action series of the same name?
This is Barkley?
Yeah, Barclay. I'll read that again. Dwight Schultz appeared as Lieutenant Reginald Barclay on The Next Generation. For what band of former
Barclay.
commandos was he the howling mad pilot in a 1980s action series of the same name?
And I'm thinking, I don't know. Is that A-Team?
Yes! Point to Linda.
You know, I
All right.
have a
Bum,
funny story
bum.
about him. Is he lived up in near Magic Mountain, and some friends of ours were his neighbors, so they would always talk to us about broccoli. Going to
Nice.
broccoli with them.
Nice. I love it when a plan comes together.
Oh, to live on Magic Mountain. Omnipotent. No, it's Charles's turn. Charles, are you ready?
Captain Charles?
What Star Trek series introduced the Ferengi Cole and Arador, who later posed as gods in the Voyager episode False Prophets? Prophets
Star
with an
Trek
F.
Next Generation.
Star Trek The Next Generation is correct.
The episode was
It doesn't say.
The Price, right?
Was that it? The Price?
No, that
I
was
think
the one
so.
with Deanna and the
Tarzan wormhole and all that.
the things that took her powers away.
Oh no, it was
Okay.
oh yeah, okay. The Price was that. Yeah, the two-dimensional
right.
being.
That was the loss when she lost her power.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Absolutely, you're right.
Woo!
Correct.
Wait for Albie, 69.
All right, this is for the omnipotent Willard.
The omnipotent Willard.
When did Star Trek premiere on NBC? And they want month, day,
September 7th,
year.
1966.
What was that?
September 7th, 1966.
Wrong. Sorry.
In the U.S., not Canada.
Sorry. Okay, this question now goes to Linda.
It was just a couple of days ago. It was September 8th,
I was off
right?
today.
All right, that's it. Linda gets it. September 8th,
Yeah, as soon as you said I was
1966.
wrong, I started thinking, oh crap, it was the 8th, wasn't it?
It was the 8th. All
I
right.
remember because I had to send
Question-
an email out to everybody, and I put a little Happy Star Wars Day on my signature that day.
Star Wars Day?
I'm sorry, Star Trek Day. Sorry.
That's it.
I'm
You lose all. You
tired.
just lost. You lost that point.
I
All right.
did.
Yeah, the
I
other
was
one
like-
is May 4th.
I'm tired.
So
That's why my first podcast was Starbase 66 in honor of that day.
nice.
After Dark, it became Starbase 69. Rick, this is for you.
Okay.
Jeffrey Combs played the Andorian Shran on Star Trek Enterprise. Pinkskin, name one of the two recurring aliens he played on Deep Space Nine.
Wayun and Brunt.
Oh, you named them
Woo!
both. Doesn't
Yeah,
get you an extra
nice.
point, but
FCA.
Brunt
Um,
FCA.
Albie,
Yes.
which international film star was originally cast as Captain Nicole Janeway, but left shortly after production began?
I can't pronounce it. Genevieve Bajorld?
All right.
That's pretty close.
All
Pretty
right.
close.
So we have our
Genevieve.
final scores. So I'm sorry,
Genevieve.
but we have to eliminate Captain Charles. He got 2 correct. It's a 4-way tie, 3 each.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're going to have
Sudden
to
death.
figure out. We're gonna have to figure out. So we'll just do maybe some
Dun,
southern
dun,
heads.
dun,
We don't want John Irons to sue us. So
Commands
I'm just gonna read. I'm gonna read a question. If you get it wrong, you're out.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to start from the top with Linda. As revealed in the DS9 episode Inquisition, what is Section 31?
Oh, you might
What
get
is
it.
Section 31?
Yes.
It is the
What is
A
Section
never-ending
31?
annoyance.
It's the secret agency that
Okay, Linda's
rights
still in.
all wrongs.
You got it. Okay, this is for Willard.
The omnipotent Willard.
Why does Commander Riker join the crew of the IKS Pah and Old Bird of Prey in the Next Generation episode A Matter of Honor?
It's a change program.
Yep, okay. Willard's still in. Rick.
Hi.
Throughout the Star Trek Voyager series, does the Doctor ever decide upon a permanent name?
No.
Okay, Rick is still in. This is going to take longer than I thought. You guys know
Really?
your
It says
Star Trek-
no?
It says no.
Didn't he say?
Though
didn't
he
have it in the
does-
last episode? Or
He
was that 'cause
does.
of
It
time
says
travel?
no, though he does have a name in an alternate timeline in the series' final episode. So it
Oh.
is alternate timeline shenanigans. He never
And
had
there was
one in
the there was the Vidian woman who gave
All
him
right,
the
we
name
don't-
Schmullis.
We don't have time for
We'll
this.
find
Wolf.
out in Star
Okay.
Trek.
Albie,
Yes.
in the motion picture Star Trek Generations, what starship rescues survivors of the Enterprise D?
The Farragut?
Oh my goodness, we're gonna go on. Linda, name Data's first officer while he was in command of the USS Sutherland.
He was a jerk. Who is it?
Spot.
Spot. All right, Linda.
That would have been awesome.
Sorry, Linda, you had a good run, but you crashed and burned, kid. All right. Omnipotent Willard. Who played Q's son in the Voyager episode Q2? And I want a name.
Wasn't it John Delancey's son? I don't
What's his
know
name?
his name. I don't know his name, but I believe it
Oh,
was John
that's it. Willard's
Delancey's.
out. Sorry, Willard. All right, it's between Rick and Albie. First one to get one wrong cements the winner. All right, Rick.
I'm gonna
In the
cement the
Voyager
winner.
episode State of Flux, which Maquis officer is revealed as a Cardassian spy?
Seska.
Son of a bitch. All right. Albie, in the DS9 episode Sacrifice of Angels, how does the lone USS Defiant manage to survive coming up against the entire Dominion fleet inside the wormhole?
Congratulations, Rick.
I think
Does
the
anyone-
answer.
don't the prophets just flush all the Cardassians away?
Yeah, they make them vanish. Yep. So, Rick is the winner of the trivia. Somebody do we have like a little sound effect? We can do some confetti over the screen. Congratulations, Rick. Rick gets
Well, thank you.
that was some good stuff there.
Those were some rough questions there.
Yeah.
I should have given this one to Linda. Linda, you can redeem yourself. Who plays Guinan?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes.
That would
Okay.
yeah. That would have been your next question. So, all right, congratulations, Rick. That was fun trivia.
All right. But before our final
Ver-
thoughts and ratings of the season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3,
3?
Chris, tell people how they can be part of the next Captain's Table. Captain Charles from Texas is
All
Captain's
you
Table.
need to do is support the show in some way. Join us here on the YouTube channel. We have benefits and perks. You can do that at youtube.com/@Treksploration, or you can support us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Treksploration. You'll find many levels to support us there. Just choose the one that suits you. You can also buy us a coffee, buymeacoffee.com/Treksploration, like our lifetime member, the omnipotent Willard. You can also give us a one-time donation through this QR code that Albie's going to pop up right now. And once you do that, we will save a seat for you here at the Captain's Table. We'd love to invite every single person that likes, subscribes, and shares, but we do have a limited amount of seats, and we have to reserve them for those who go above and beyond our intrepid crew of Trek Explorers who actually have ranks and names. And so we want to thank Listen Linda and Captain Charles and the omnipotent Willard and our cadet Rick and our new cadet Christian Daljo, and everybody else who has supported this podcast and YouTube show in the past, including Lieutenant Scott Seligman, one of all, fantasy fan, and cosplay dad. People.
Scott is on vacation.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, founders. If it wasn't for the founders, we wouldn't have had the great send-off we did. So we appreciate you.
So past, present, future, one and all, thank you all for your support. And come join. You see how much fun we have. You too can lose at trivia and talk about Star Trek for hours on end with Albie and me and all of the rest of your crewmates. So you can also send us emails. That's treksplorationpod@gmail.com. You can mail us something to the P.O. Box. That's P.O. Box 542, Bayport, New York, 11705. You can send me something like Linda sent me here. My F-bomb.
Wow. He needs an S-bomb, too.
I figure if they can say it on Star Trek, I can say it on our show. You know? But anyway, all the ways that you want to come and support us, that you want to comment, please feel free. Join the conversation. We'd love to hear from all of you. So again, we want to thank all of you who have done so. We want to thank all of you who are considering doing so. And just subscribe, share. Spread the word about Treksploration. The show is growing at a phenomenal rate. We want to keep that momentum going, especially now that Strange in the Worlds is over. We feel like there's still so much more to talk about. I was afraid, SNW is gone. All right, what are we going to do? We have more content than ever. We're insane. So please join the fun. Join the fun. And I think that about wraps it up, right, Albie? Maybe we should do some final thoughts, some ratings.
Yep.
All right. Why don't
Thank
we
you.
start like where we did before with Captain Charles? Captain Charles, final thoughts on SNW season 3 and your rating out of 5 silly objects.
I'll give it 3 out of 5 Mugato horns. It had some I think it had 1 or 2 classic moments. There's a couple episodes that I'll watch, over again. And there's 1 or 2 I might not watch again. I think that and I also think that there are some touching moments in it. Like I said, my at least one of my daughters was in tears about the Mothra ending. I also found the gift. I see it as a gift from Captain Patel to Pike in that final episode. I thought that was an interesting and touching way for her to go out. So yeah, I think 3 out of 5. Hopefully, the next season's 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5. We got some horns.
Awesome. All right. How about you, Linda? Final thoughts and ratings on SNW season 3.
I mean, it's still good. It's all good. So I'm gonna give it 4 hair helmets out of 5.
You're in a unique position tonight to do so. So good on you. Willard, omnipotent. Your omnipotent opinion on Strange New World season
I'm
3.
gonna go with 4 out of 5 Pike's hair.
Any final thoughts on the quality of the season?
Well, no, I like I said before, I enjoyed it. Probably sounds like better than most of you guys did. But looking forward to next season, though. One episode in particular that we won't mention because I don't want Chris to get on his tirade.
It's okay. We don't have time for tirades now. So
Already had the tirade. So
we already know what we're talking about, though. All right, Rick. Final thoughts and ratings for season 3 of Strange New Worlds.
I'm gonna give it 4 out of 6 gouged out eyeballs because we need an even number. And overall, I think that they went big, didn't always score, but I appreciate the effort, and I don't think any of these episodes this season were painful. And I'm looking forward to hopefully they've got this out of their system now this season, and we'll get back to some fairly standard Trek next season.
All right. Albie, did you ever give your final thoughts and ratings for the season as a whole? I don't think we ever did this on our show.
I don't think we did, so we might as well do that.
Yeah.
I'm more forgiving now that I understand the situation, but I have to judge what I saw on screen. I'm gonna give it 3.5. Intimate dance moments between La'an and Spock, and say overall, I remember the good parts and I forget the bad parts. So I enjoyed it. It was worth the watch and worth the podcasting about it. And the good outweighed all the bad, most of the bad, some of the bad. Chris,
I go. I'm not gonna completely crap all over it. I'm gonna say it was extremely uneven, but still enjoyable. I think that had I not liked the characters as much as I like them, this would have been a completely different story. But for the most part, I still really like the characters. Do I agree with every single choice they've made for all the characters? No, especially not for Pike. But I think they stuck the landing, and I look forward to seeing where they go next because this kind of is like a soft reboot of the series, and I'm more excited about seeing how they carry through on that promise of doing sort of a new twist on the stuff we've been seeing for the last 3 seasons. So, but again, this season had its ups, had its downs. So I'm gonna give it right down the middle. I'll give it 2.5. 2.5 ridiculous Trelane ripoffs out of 5. So, And
right.
we want to thank all of you. I give everybody that was on this panel a 5 out of 5 for everything you've done for the show and for this wonderful conversation. It's always so nice to get together. And thank you for putting up with us for like 2.5 hours. I mean, just you're out of your minds, but in such a good way, in our favorite way. So,
Dude, I was supposed to go to bed an hour ago. Jeez.
yeah, I know. Well, but
Same.
Rick, we're just all so compelling once we get together. You can't turn away.
You're right.
It's like a good train wreck, kind of like the one in Unbreakable. Anyway, that being said, we still have a lot more to talk about. This is the end of season 3, but just the beginning, as I said, of a lot more Trek content to come, and eventually Starfleet Academy. I can't wait. I can't wait to complain about Starfleet Academy, and I look forward to doing so with you, Albie. So,
And hopefully at the end of that season, we'll have another captain's table.
yeah,
Captain Charles,
what's
can you take us home?
Gosh, you'll have to edit this out because I just
A rousing
this
speech
is
to
a-
get us motivated.
Well, I think that things weren't looking great probably a year ago with more and more content starting to slice off. But I think the Skydance purchase is going to end up a good thing. Time will tell, but I think that we'll have. I think we have a Paramount now that recognizes that they've got this treasure that they need to keep polished and keep feeding and keep creating content with. And so hopefully, you guys are still doing this 10 years from now. So we'll see. But I think I'm hopeful. So, and like Chris said, I think this is Albie. I think the good outweighed the bad on this one. I think they, hopefully they've got another system, and we have a great season 4 and season 5 and so on. And I'm hoping for Academy that I'm hoping Chris is pleasantly surprised, and we'll go from there. I gotta hope that Holly Hunter and Paul Giamatti are gonna bring it home, but we'll see.
I have to say, as far as captain speeches go, kinder, more optimistic words were never spoken, sir. So we want to thank you for your steadfast leadership, your guidance through some choppy waters here in the Alpha Quadrant, and we look forward to seeing how all of this bears out. But we'll follow you. We will follow you into this abyss, Captain Charles.
Into hell.
Captain Charles.
Just don't wear a red shirt.
All right. For Treksploration, I'm Albie.
I'm Chris.
I'm Linda.
Somebody go.
Captain Charles.
I'm Rick.
And I'm the omnipotent Willard.
The omnipotent word! And we'll see you next time.
Later, skaters.